Everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a fantastic day, and as always, I will always hope and pray that you have nothing but fantastic days coming your way. Alright, now let's begin. So fun fact number 38, artist review 8, I am doing Shawn Mendes. Now, if I'm looking down a lot, I apologize. I took notes because he has been out for a while, 5 years. You know, that's still a long time, all right? And Wikipedia had a lot of stuff written down. Of course, I cannot remember all of that information, so I just took some stuff down. I won't need to look down at it all the time. Some stuff I have in my head because I am a fan of him. But if I am looking down, sorry, I need to, or I won't make any sense, you know, or I'll just completely forget something, all right? So bear with me, try to ignore me the best you can, all right? But anyway, so he's a Canadian singer-songwriter, first of all, okay? He gained a following in 2013 from posting covers on Vine. Vine was a very popular app that they completely just got rid of. It's nowhere. Any videos that were posted on there are completely gone. Some of them you can find on Twitter, actually. You'll just have to type in Vine and whatever you're looking for, and it should come up, but anywhere else you won't find it. And some of them, your favorite creators who have moved to like Instagram, TikTok, and all that, most of them did start on Vine, but of course, when that was gone, they had to venture into other things, all right? But Vine is where a lot of them began, and it was a great app. I'm not gonna lie. Great memories. I'm sad it's gone, all right? Even though it's been gone for like 4 years now, but I'm still sad about it, all right? And of course, you can't find his covers because the app's gone, but some of those covers he posted on his YouTube channel, and of course, other YouTube channels have the covers if you're just curious to hear, you know, what he sounded like or what songs he was covering, all right? So yeah, but anyway, he caught the attention of an artist manager named Andrew Gertler. I hope I pronounced that right. If I did not, my apologies. And of course, due to that, he ended up signing a record deal to Island Records A&R, and I'm assuming he's still with them, all right? He released a self-titled EP in 2014, and he followed it up in 2015 with a studio album called Handwritten. And the leading single from that, the most popular leading single from that, is Stitches. Okay? And of course, he had like other singles, but you'll hear those later because, of course, I'm going to tell you the discography and all that, so you'll hear them later. But just know Stitches, it's the biggest one from that. It's close to having almost 2 billion views on YouTube, so it's almost there. And like I said, it was pretty popular when it first came out, all right? In 2016, now moving, no, sorry. I'm not done with 2015. Sorry. All right, so I said Stitches was the leading single, okay? And then he also did a song with the Fifth Harmony ex-member Camila Forget it. Okay, just know she was in Fifth Harmony. Her name was Camila. I guess you could say she was the lead singer in that group. That group is over now, but you guys should remember Fifth Harmony. So if you do, that's Camila. All right, and they both linked up and did a song together called "I Know What You Did Last Summer." Okay, that song did great. It charted platinum. They went places to perform it. The song did great, and of course, it did cause some controversy. You know, if you were following during that time, you know what I'm talking about, all right? Now, let's see what else. And he did break a lot of records for being the youngest act at the time because he was pretty young. And he was nominated for awards and nominations, all right? So that's 2013 to 2015 him, okay? Now, hold on. Sorry, guys, okay? Now, we're moving on to 2016. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. So in 2016, he released the album called Illuminate, and I hope I pronounced that right. All right, Illuminate went #1, just like Handwritten went #1, okay? Oh, yeah, sorry, guys. Handwritten did go #1, and that album did great, by the way. It went #1, okay? Now back to this. So Illuminate was his second studio album he released, and again, it went #1, and the leading single from that was Treat You Better, and I don't know if it was Mercy or There's Nothing Holding Me Back. I don't know which ones were the second leading single. Wikipedia was confusing me, but I'm assuming it was Treat You Better and Mercy as the two leading singles, all right? So Treat You Better was first. He first released that. And then, of course, he did Mercy next. Saying, baby, please have mercy. So, yes, and both of these songs did great. Both of these charted platinum. He performed at all these places and all that, okay? And the album did great, all right? And he also went on tour, but he didn't start the tour. Wikipedia was confusing me because it said he started the tour in 2016, And then, but it said 2017. I don't know. Maybe they're confused too. All right. But anyway, hold on. All right, let's see what's next. What's next? So, like I said, okay. So I don't know. Wikipedia confused me, but he went on tour for the second time, which started in March of 2016. Okay, if it was 2017, sorry, but in 2016. Okay, let's see what else. Of course, the tour like sold out and all that. Of course, people went because people love him. The tour did great. Of course, he performed all the songs from the album. I will say that he's not a great performer. He's kind of like Ed Sheeran. They just stand there, you know, playing the guitar. You know, they don't really like jump up and down. They don't really do anything. They don't really. I mean, I'm not saying he's a terrible performer, but he kind of just sits there with the microphone and with the guitar and just plays. I mean, that's okay, but you got to do something. You got to move. You got to dance. You got to do something. Standing there playing a guitar, no, okay, no, all right. But anyway. So what else? I said he was on tour. I said he released 2 leading singles and he performed at award shows, venues, wherever else, okay? The album was all over. Despite there were so many amazing albums out in that year. So it was great that Illuminate was able to like still be on top. You know, that's impressive, okay? So, yeah. All right, what else did he do in 2016? That's all he did, okay? So 2016, that was it, okay? Now we're moving on to 2017. Now, he did not release an album or an EP, but he is currently on tour. And the reason why I keep saying Wikipedia confused me because it said he started Illuminate tour in 2017, and then it says somewhere else that he started in 2016. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was so confused. But, so supposedly, he started the tour this year, but I'm going to assume he started in 2016. Maybe they got it confused. So he's still currently on tour in 2017. Okay, he's on tour, no album, no EP, no anything. But he's still performing at award shows, venues, and all that, getting nominated for stuff, winning stuff. You know what I mean? And then he also promoted, I'm guessing, because again, guys, I don't know if the second leading single off that second album was Mercy or There's Nothing Holding Me Back. But I'm going to assume it's Mercy because in 2017, he like released There's Nothing Holding Me Back as like a single. So I'm guessing that was the third leading single and Mercy was the second. So I think I got that right. All right, but that's what he did. He released that song, There's Nothing Holding Me Back, as a single. And that single took him all through 2017.
Baby, there's nothing holding me back.
Okay, so yes, so that's what he did in 2017. He didn't release like any, I mean, he released a song, but that song came off of an album that he released the year before. So yeah, so that's all he did in 2017. He didn't really like do anything. He didn't collab, you know, that's all he did. Okay, now, oh, and the song charted. Okay, it did great. It charted. It's platinum. All that. Okay, now, let's see. So now moving on to 2018, okay? So in 2018, he now releases a self-titled album called Shawn Mendes, okay? Hold on. The leading single from that was In My Blood.
It isn't in my blood.
And the second leading single was Lost in Japan.
Last night, I'm a couple 100 miles.
Both songs topped the charts. Both did great. This album went #1, platinum, all that. Okay, all that did great. Okay, and then he also released in May he released Youth featuring Khalid. Okay, and Youth didn't like chart, but you know it didn't chart. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed it didn't because Youth is one of my favorite songs. Him and Khalid did great, so I'm kind of disappointed that Youth did not chart for real, but. You know, it didn't. But, I mean, it did chart, but it didn't go, like, top 20 or something. You know what I mean? So, but he still released it and the video. And both are great. I like both. Okay? Like I said, the album did great. And it had nothing but positive feedback from critics, you know, and all those little pages that, you know, give reviews of our album. So, he didn't get it. He didn't receive any, like, negative comments or anything about the album. So, that's great. And I actually enjoyed the album. This is actually one of my favorite albums by him. I liked a lot of songs from it. So, yeah. All right, let's see. He so the Illuminate tour came to an end and he started a new one in 2019, okay? And Luckily, I'm assuming he was able to finish this tour before COVID came, because when COVID came, a lot of people had to stop. So if you were on tour, you had to stop. If you were doing anything, you had to stop. So I'm assuming he was able to finish out this tour before COVID, like, you know, or maybe, I don't know. He probably had to stop in the middle of it, because tours, some people stay on tour for a long time. So maybe he wasn't able to finish it, but I'm assuming he was, okay? And of course, beside the tour, he was performing at festivals, award shows, venues, and so on. Okay, so he was doing a lot of performing. All right. He was on the Late Late Show with James Gordon, and I'm assuming he performed In My Blood, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. He was also on Jimmy Fallon in October. All right, I'm assuming In My Blood, Lost in Japan, one of these songs, or maybe he performed one that, you know, that he didn't promote. You know what I mean? Because sometimes artists will do that. They won't always promote their leading single. They'll sometimes switch it up and perform a song that wasn't like a lead single or a second lead single. So, yeah. He released a remix of Lost in Japan featuring Zed.
I was thinking I could fly to your home.
Okay? Well, not featuring Zed, but you know what I mean. Okay? In May of 2019, he released If I Can't Have You, along with the video, and this song actually went number 2.
Is it too late to tell you that?
And in June of 2019, he released Senorita with his now girlfriend, Camila. When they did I Know What You Did Last Summer, they were not together. So that's why I said now girlfriend, because they announced that they were dating each other around 2019, early 2019, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right, but they announced that they were now dating each other, which I feel like if you were a Fifth Harmony fan and a Shawn Mendes fan, you kind of already knew that. Okay, you already knew that. All right, but yeah, so Senorita did great. I think it went number 1 if I'm not mistaken, and they did do a lot of performances. They performed at award shows, mainly award shows, and of course they did the late night shows, you know, all that, all right? Like I said, the song did great, okay? So, present day, well, not 2021, but you know what I mean, okay? Present day, he released an album called Wonder, okay? He released that in 2020, okay? The leading single from that was called Wonder. I don't think this album did good. It most definitely did not go number 1 like his last 3 albums. This album did not go number 1, and I don't think the song was in the top 5, top 10. No. But, you know, all artists have their what will you call it, the flop year, which means that you just kind of don't excel like you were doing. You know, it doesn't mean he fell off or anything, but all artists have a flop year, a year where they are just quiet, you don't really hear from them, their music and albums and EPs are not doing good. All artists go through it, so no judging. All right, so Wonder did not really do as good. The single, no, I haven't heard this new album or the single, you know. I'll listen to it though, but he did it. The promotion for it was like, it wasn't really the same as like the other 3 albums where he was actually promoting it. I just didn't feel like he was really trying to promote it. You know what I mean? So it didn't do good, unfortunately. All right, but he released a documentary of Wonder. I have no idea what streaming service he put it on. I'm assuming it's on YouTube. I'm gonna assume he just put it on YouTube. I don't think he put it on Netflix. All right. But he did release a live concert on Netflix, so you can go watch it if you want to, okay? He also released Monster with Justin Bieber, and I'm sure that's on the album too, all right? So he released Monster, and I don't think it did that good, because I didn't hear too many people like talking about it. I don't remember it charting in too many places. I don't remember any of that. I don't think Monster did that great, if I'm not mistaken. But if it did do great, maybe I just glossed over it, then fine. But I don't think Monster did that great. And I really didn't like Monster like that. I'm just be honest with you. Okay, I didn't really mess with it like that. I like Justin Bieber and Shawn Mendes, so you know, I wasn't feeling the song, and it didn't really do good. And I think this was the second leading single from the album. All right. If I'm not mistaken, okay? Both of them went to the AMAs in 2020 and performed this, and I think that was the only big place that they performed this song at, like, together, okay? And, of course, he continued to perform the singles. You know, we're on COVID. Like we're on like quarantine. We're on COVID. We're on quarantine. We're still in the house. Some places are still like restricting you. A lot of stuff you have to do through virtual. You know what I mean? So it's only so much he can really do because we're on quarantine. You know, you can't really be at all these places. I mean, you can, but you're really supposed to be at home. You know what I mean? So he can only do so much. All right. So yeah, and there is no tour. He did not go on any tour. He can't go on tour. COVID. Okay. So yeah, and that's it. Now, the albums, discography albums, whatever. All right. The first one is the first one. Shawn's first headline. So that was back in like 2014 ish, 2013. You know, back when he was like a beginner. All right. So that was his first one, and it's oh snap, sorry. And his second one was Shawn Mendes World Tour. I think that came second, if I'm not mistaken. And then the third one was Illuminate World Tour. And then the last one was Shawn Mendes, the tour. Okay? I tried to do that in order, but I feel like I just mixed all that up, so sorry. All right? And all these tours did great, okay? Sold out, people went, you know, he's a pretty big superstar, okay? And let me talk about his discographies real quick, okay? Wait. Albums and discography don't mean the same thing, I don't think. Why did I match that together? I don't think those mean the same thing, but sorry. All right. But his discographies that he has is Handwritten, and Handwritten is a good album. I wouldn't say that's my favorite album by him because then I would be lying. That's not my favorite album by him, but that album did have some bops on it, just not enough for me. Cards if it falls out a bit. Okay, so like I said, Handwritten was okay, but it just didn't have too many bops for me, okay? And then the second one was Illuminate. I liked Illuminate a lot, okay? That was it's like he was going towards the R&B sound just a little bit more than the pop sound. Of course, you like Mercy and Treat You Better were like very pop, but I noticed that he was doing a little R&B in there, so that really did draw me in because I like when people combine pop and R&B together. So Illuminate was that's not my favorite album, but Illuminate was a good album to me. It did have quite a few bops on there. All right. Okay, so yeah, Illuminate was pretty good, okay? And then the third one was Shawn Mendes, self-titled. Now, that one was my favorite. That one had a lot of bops. You can look at my playlist. Most of my favorite songs are literally coming from that album, okay? Yeah, so as you can tell, that's my favorite album by him. Now, of course, when I listen to Wonder, I could switch like all that around, but as of right now, his that album right there, Shawn Mendes, was my favorite album. I honestly enjoyed that. I enjoyed the promotion, all that. I enjoyed all of it. That was really a good album. Nobody knew, but what if my dad is you? Okay. Yes, one of my favorites by him. All right, and of course the last one is Wonder. Like I said, guys, I haven't heard Wonder yet, but I'm going to assume it sounds okay, and maybe it just didn't chart because he might be in his like I said earlier, all artists have a flop year, so maybe he might be in his flop year right now, but I'm not gonna assume it sounds terrible just because it didn't like go #1 and all that like his previous albums, but I don't know. It might sound, I might end up loving it or I might end up hating it. So I don't know. I won't let you guys hear it because I haven't even heard it. All right, so but I'm gonna assume I'll like it. I never usually dislike anything by him. Any album he releases, I usually love. So, yeah. All right. Now, what I expect from Shawn Mendes, I don't expect too much from him. I mean, he's doing pretty well. It's not like he's fallen off the face of the earth or people are not listening to him anymore. He's doing just fine. You know, like I said, COVID's going on, you know what I mean? And now he has a girlfriend, you know what I mean? So he's probably just focused on that. He's probably not too focused on the music, you know what I mean? You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You don't always have to be so into the music just because you're a musician. It's okay to take breaks and do all that stuff, you know what I mean? So I think that's what he's doing right now. And I'm kind of sad Wonder didn't do as good because he normally never like does bad with an album, but it is what it is. Like I said, all artists have that time where they just completely are just having a hard time charting. You know what I mean? But he's still popular. He still has the hits. He's still winning awards, nominated. He's doing just fine. All right. And I cannot wait for a 5th album. And I will listen to Wonder and maybe come back in the comments and tell you how I like it. Okay. But yeah. And like I said, I'm just ready for a 5th album. You know, it's probably not going to come anytime soon because he just released Wonder like last year. Okay, so it's probably not going to come anytime soon. But he normally doesn't keep you waiting too long. He normally has an album just ready. Like, he literally released Handwritten. The very next year, he had Illuminate. He released Shawn Mendes, the album 2 years later. All right, so he doesn't keep you, like, waiting too long. I like that. He's very consistent. Consistency... Lord, I did not say that right. But that keeps you up here. People who are just like, you know, I can't snap, but, you know, people who just have something back to back to back always will stay on top because they're always I can't say it, okay? But they're always just, they're going, all right? They don't take breaks. They don't chill out. They always got something for you. So as long as he keeps that up, he will never fall off, okay? And like I said, I will go back and listen to Wonder, and I'll probably come back in the comments and tell you how I like it, okay? Now, enough of me ranting. That is the end of this review. You give it a thumbs up if you liked it. You give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Comment any artists you want to review on. I got you. Remember, I don't care. More than likely, I'll listen to them, okay? Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully, this wasn't too long. Okay, if it was, I'm sorry. But hopefully it wasn't. All right? But thank you guys for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Peace out.